Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew. Bad boy.
Yo, peeps, how's everyone doing today? And we're right back at it talking NBA mock draft. This mock draft is coming out of Yahoo. For those of you guys who have not seen it yet, it's pretty crazy. This is the first mock draft that I have seen where Cade did not go number one. And now that I'm doing more and more research and actually diving full on into the draft, since this is the biggest part of the offseason for the Pistons, again, we don't know officially where we're going to be drafting, but if the lottery stayed the same, this is what Yahoo based it off. They had the Houston Rockets taking Jalen Green number one. And as I'm doing more and more research, that may become, depending on who's there, might become more and more of a reality. I think Green is one of the most NBA-ready players. What he did in the G League was phenomenal. You guys don't understand how hard it is to go from high school into the G League, let alone to the NBA. You know, we've seen guys like Kobe and LeBron and KG come in from high school and pretty much play pretty well from day one. This was the case. This is probably going to be the new trend for the guys who are ready to be NBA players out of high school to go in the G League, get paid, and ball out. He played phenomenal in the G League. For those of you guys who don't know what the G League is, yes, it is technically the minor leagues of the NBA, but a lot of those guys get called up into the NBA. KPJ was down there balling. I know for Pistons fans, he was balling against Dante Hall and Tyler Cook. Not that those guys are like NBA superstars. I think KPJ can become one. But those are for like guys in the minors who are working on development. Well, he went in there and he torched that league. For him to be number one, it should not be overlooked or overshadowed. It's a very real possibility. And now that Houston has John Wall, do they really need Cade? What are they going to do with John Wall? Not saying that they will take Green, but pairing him up with Christian Wood, that would be a pretty scary scoring wing. Not sure where Green will play, if he'll be a 2 or a 3 in the league. Probably depends on who drafts him again. But that would be a tough matchup to try to stop. So this could be a very real threat. But on the flip note, who did the Pistons get at 2, you may ask? Well, if you did not read the thumbnail, we got Cade at number 2. I would be so happy if we stayed at 2 and Green's off the board. Not because I don't want Green, but to have Cade fall at 2, which we all pretty much think he'll go at 1, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. That way, if Green just kills it, say he wins Rookie of the Year, say he goes on to be the best player in Houston, the next James Harden. I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. But say he does that, we won't have to worry about saying, hey, we didn't take Green. I'm just kidding. I know there's a lot of controversy on Pistons Twitter about taking Bust and who we passed on, so I had to throw that joke out there to lighten the mood up. But no, seriously, if we get Cade at 2, I think it's a win-win. We got a guy who we thought would be a number 1 overall pick at 2. That's already a win there. Plus, to have a guy who can come in and score like that, awesome sauce. So if that happens, which again could be a very real possibility, we got to pump the brakes a little bit because, again, the draft lottery, it's not our friend. There's a reason I took on Adam Silver in the ring again. Part 2 of that should be coming out this weekend since we got a 3-day weekend. I'm not sure if that'll be Sunday or Monday, but stay tuned for that. And, yeah, man, this could be huge. This draft is very important for the Pistons. Even if, say, we fall to 6, which I believe that's as far as we can fall. To get the right player at 6, at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2, at 1, wherever we're drafting is crucial. We cannot afford to make a mistake here. Not to put any pressure on Troy Weaver, but if we're doing this rebuild right, we have to get it right, which I'm not saying he's going to screw this up. Troy Weaver in year 1 has put enough faith in me to give him the keys fully. Like, here, it's your show, run it. And I think that's what Tom Gore said, kind of. And I think he's earned that trust in what he can do. especially after developing Sadiq Bey in year 1 and what he could do. Getting guys like Beef Stew in here playing really well. I think Troy knows what he wants and what he's going to get. Now, the question to me is, if we do get to it and Cade and Mobley is there, I know we really need a center. Are we going to draft on need or best player available? If we're in this spot, say this happens exactly the way Yahoo says so, are we going to draft on need? I like Mobley. I do. But if Cade's there, or if Green's there, you really need to take one of those guys. It's to the point now where I think Green is over Mobley. And I was really high on Mobley. I still am. But after doing more research on Green, he's the real deal. But if we fall to 2, I think it's a no-brainer. If Cade's available, you take Cade. We only have like 28 more days of doing what-if scenarios before we know where we're going to be at. And then it'll be what-if scenarios on who's going to be picking in front of us, if anyone's picking in front of us. So let me know what you guys think about Yahoo's too early mock draft. Man, do you guys think this is a real possibility? And if so, is Cade the right pick at number 2? Everyone probably should say yes. Okay, let's be real here. Let's be real. But leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Instagram, Twitter, DSA members, Woodward Sports in the description. Check it all out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And that's the bottom line, because Double D said so. Peace.